Hi, welcome to the Arsenal Fans Focus TV. This podcast is all about you, the fans. Your passion, your opinions, and for the love of the game, take center stage. Let's dive in. How you doing, Jake?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How's things?
Oh, mate. There's a
Hot.
lot of things. There's so much things going on at the moment. But I'm doing well. How you find the heat?
I can't cope. I'm pretty much outside all day, so I'm just melting all day.
Dino, how you doing, bruv?
Not too bad, not too bad, mate. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good, bruv. I love the heat, man, but it's at nights when it gets to me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's when it gets to me, man. Can't take it. But anyway, I just want to say hi to everyone who's gonna be watching the video. Guys, can everyone please subscribe, please like, and please follow, guys, and please share the video as well with everyone. We're here. What we're going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about the Arsenal transfers. Is everyone happy about it? And if anyone wants to comment about it, please, guys, leave your comments in the chat. Tell us if you're happy about it. Tell us why you're happy, or tell us why you're not happy about it. Tell us what you think about the players so far Arsenal has signed. Tell us about the players that Arsenal are potentially supposed to be signing. Please let us know. Anyway, we're just gonna dive into it because I like to dive into things. I don't like to meddle around and stuff. But let's start off with who should we start off with? Let me share my screen a minute, guys, and let's get into this thing. Where are we? Should have sorted this out long ago. Here we go. And obviously, it's going to be the same sort of thing that we're looking at. But
Why?
yeah. So here we go, guys. Let's start. I want to start off with what's going on with Arsenal and Chelsea. I mean, again, is it Nooney,
Noni.
Nani, Akawaki, whatever his name is?
Madueke.
Huh?
Madueke.
Don't worry, guys. I'll edit that part out.
I love Nani, mate.
Guys, listen,
I'm just saying, yeah.
I'll never sign a player unless I can say his name. You know what I mean?
Oh god.
Trust him. Yeah. So what do you? Well, all right, so anyone, what do you think, guys?
Jesus.
Jay, you want to go first?
Yeah, go on then. One thing I think as well, I think it's just because we've made some smart signings already with Kepa, obviously 5 mil, no brainer. Zubimendi, great midfielder, obviously coming in for party. Jorginho leaving. Nørgaard obviously got signed today. This is not a smart signing for me. So, and obviously you've seen most of the things online, but yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. Even if, like, say Saka gets injured or Eze comes to us and he gets injured on the left, I'm not happy with Madueke coming in. I know it's a hard job to come in and replace a Saka or um, a Martinelli or a Trossard or somebody like that, but I just think all the wingers we've got at the moment are a level above him. Obviously, if he signs, I'll back him, but it's just yeah. And me and Dina were talking just before we came live, and I was actually speaking to my neighbour who's a Chelsea fan, and he was saying, is there some sort of deal with the owners? Like, because even my neighbour was like, why didn't you start with like a 40 million bid and some add-ons rather than just going, yeah, bang, 15 mil straight away? Obviously, they might be more likely to just accept it, and we don't want to mess about. But why aren't we doing that with the likes of Gyökeres and these other players that we seem to be struggling to get over the line at the minute? And again, why waste the 50 million now when we could be putting this money into just get Eze done, get Gyökeres done, get Rodrigo. Obviously, it looks like definitely he's leaving now. So should we wait and keep this 50 million for another player essentially? But he obviously rates him and sees something we don't. The one thing I will say is I think over the last years obviously we've been at, fighting for the title, fighting for the Champions League, but our play has been quite not as exciting as it has been over the previous 20 years, I would say, even though we're getting the results. And I think, is he thinking with Madueke that he likes to turn and run at a player rather than recycling it? Like the likes of Eze coming in, he's a different player, he gives you something different. So that's the only thing I can think that Arteta's thinking, behind this sort of move, that he is like a totally different player to what we've got. But again, I just don't think he's good enough.
Do you, what they're saying is, well, the rumours is that it's cover for Saka.
Any player at 23 years old is not going to be happy because you're relying on Saka to get injured.
And I
You're relying on a left winger to get injured, but he's not better than Martinelli. He's not better than Trossard at this time.
And to pay that sort of money to keep him on the bench, that doesn't make a lot of.
But is it because he will be happy to come in and be that bit part player for us?
Yeah,
it's just odd. It's odd. It's a very odd.
Signing. Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, if he comes, puts a shirt on, I will back him. But yeah.
Well, yeah,
it's just odd. It's just an odd signing, mate.
What are you saying?
I mean, yeah. If he comes to us, then yeah, I'll back him because at the end of the day, I'm an Arsenal supporter, and whoever puts on that shirt, I've got to back him and say, look, do your best for the club, do your best agility wise.
Absolutely.
That's the first. I'll get that bit out of the way. Saying that, and after what I saw yesterday, even though it was only a friendly against the Club World Cup, but after seeing what Paris Saint-Germain done against Real Madrid, arguably the most prestigious club in world football, to do that to them, embarrass them, humiliate them with arguably their strongest 11, to do that with the wingers that they've got, because arguably squad-wise, team-wise of collective wingers together, Paris Saint-Germain now are undisputed when it comes to wingers now. They've got the best crop of wingers in their squad out of anyone. No one can top that. That being said, when it comes to us, Paris Saint-Germain are now they're the pinnacle now. Are you telling me that you're going to bring this guy in and try and compare him to a Kvaratskhelia or a Doué? For us to then say what we've been saying last week and what all these other Arsenal fans and supporters have been saying regarding is Champions League and Premiership or bust for Mikel Arteta. This tells me he's putting all of his cards in, and if we lose, he's gone. That's what this tells me. Now, I was just saying to Jay before we came on, if we get him and we get Eze and or Rodrigo and then we get not a problem. Not a problem whatsoever, because that's then me saying, okay, we've got the cover, but we've still got the other players available. But if we're just going to bring him in, then that's like another, no disrespect to Martinelli, but that's like another Martinelli. Like, and if Saka does get injured, or if we do get to a point where we're 65 minutes in and it's 2-2, are we really going to say we're going to bring this guy on and rely on a goal? Can we really rely on that in the Champions League if we really want the Champions League? Because all of us have been saying we want the Champions League. Can we really rely on, no disrespect to him again, he's a professional footballer, but can we really say this is the guy who's going to take us to the next level to get to where we want to be? Can we really say that?
No.
Yeah, but there must be something that Mikel Arteta has seen in him to do this. There's got to be.
The only thing I can say is the directness. It's just something different because I don't. It's odd.
I can't hear any of you.
AK, can't you hear us? AK, I think. Can't you hear us? AK.
AK.
Okay, he's just
okay.
AK's not okay.
I can't hear him. No.
Couldn't hear him. But but there's got to be something. There has got to be something that Mikel Arteta season, because I don't think it's Andre Alberto who just basically said, "Look, I'm going to bring this player in." It's got to be Mikel Arteta appointed that way. Do you not think?
I think so. Because if that's the case, why don't you go and get Xavi Simons? Because he's been shipped out on loan all the time. He's a Paris Saint-Germain player. Correct me if I'm wrong. You may as well go and get him.
No, I think he's signed for Leipzig last season.
Have you listened? Okay,
I think it was on loan, but still, I think he'd be like 80 mil. I think he would be. But again, why waste the 50? But yeah, I agree. I love Xavi Simons. I think he'd be brilliant for us. I don't know, man. It's just.
I don't know, Jay. I mean,
it is baffling. It is baffling. It is baffling because everyone is saying, what is Arsenal seeing in this player that Chelsea doesn't see in him?
Will he come in and just play Carling Cup, FA Cup? Because I cannot see him starting games in the Premier League or Champions League.
Yeah, neither can I, but I can't see him starting too many games. But then again, I mean, okay, I'll play a bit of devil's advocate in a sense, because in the last couple of years, Chelsea have been a bit Jekyll and Hyde in regards to how they've been. One game they're pretty decent, and then they kind of falter away. And they've got players in the team who I've looked at and I think, you know, even from a Chelsea stand, I look at them and say, you're not really good enough for that club. I know I'm not a Chelsea fan, but when I look at the likes of him and Nicholas Jackson, and there was so much hype over, is it Nkunku? And they're looking to sell him now, apparently. It's like, well, you're now looking, let's just face facts, they're now looking to sell players to balance the books, but they're making their money up at the same time because of this Club World Cup. Because they've made their money up on Gojek.
Sorry, Dean, I was just agreeing with you. I was just saying it's like we're helping balance the books. Do you know what I mean?
It just feels like something's going on in regards to us. And I mean, I can look at it and say, okay, over the last 15, 16, 17 years, we've bought players. It all started off with the Ashley Cole thing, and then it's gone from him and William Gallas and who else is there? There's been a whole list of players that have come and gone, and it's both between these two clubs. And it seems to be every single year that we're linked with one of their players, or we're linked with a player. They don't come to us, but they end up going to Chelsea. And it's like, what exactly? Okay, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but what exactly is going on between these two? Because, like I said to you, Jay, a friend of mine came and said it feels like that Chelsea have got something over the Gronkies. Because it doesn't make no sense to me. I mean, I can play devil's advocate and say, yeah, he could come in and he could score 15, 20 goals and do how many assists. He could do a good job for us, yeah. But I think, like what Pat said, I think it's because everyone's seen the hype of when Mikel said that he was excited for the summer for who we're going to bring in, and then when we're being linked to the likes of Nico Williams and Rodrigo and Eze now, and it's like, okay, we're linked to all these guys, and these guys will all do a good job for us. But then when you then end up seeing, oh, so we've been told this, and then we're just disappointed by seeing a Madueke being linked, and what makes it more aggravating is that the links are getting stronger every day.
Could it be that Arteta thinks he can coach him and get the best out of him? That's another thing I think he could.
Well,
he must see something in him and maybe like change his position slightly, or.
That is what it sounds like, because
that's what it sounds like.
He's done the same thing with Arteta. I mean, with Kai Havertz. Do you know what I mean? I just don't get it. I really don't get it. I understand. I'll understand if he's bringing him in as a squad player and still bringing in the players that they link with, like the Ezes and the Rodrigos. I'll understand that, because there's players that we have to get rid of or release, and because we don't want to get rid of all those players, and our squad is still thin. So I get that. All right, I mean, you can bring that in, but bring him in, but for 50 million, I think that's way over the top. Way over the top.
What I saw a stat earlier, which maybe like just tickle my head as well, was it was like Trossard's come in. He's been here 2.5 seasons. He's got over 50 something goals and assists. Madueke's been at Chelsea for 3 years. He's got 18 goals and assists, or goal involvements. And if that's true, that's just like.
I'm just baffled with this one. I really don't know what direction to go with this. I mean, I again, I can't basically criticize Arteta because I love the way he plays the ball, play football. I mean, last year was different because I mean he was more defensive than anything else. But if we can play like 2 seasons ago, I mean, there's nothing stopping Arsenal from winning this league apart from bringing in. We need the personnel now. We need that number 9. We need that help on the left-hand side. And for me, what's puzzling me, if I'm honest, is what Arteta said before the transfer window. This is going to be a big transfer window. This is going to be an important transfer window. And it doesn't matter that Edu's gone because we've planned for 5 years ahead. Now, if this is the plan for 5 years ahead, you've got to question it, you know?
Yeah.
When you say that, I don't think you can have a plan for 5 years because a lot can happen in football in 5 years.
Well,
I know what you're saying,
no,
but
it's not what I'm
even like
it's not what I'm saying. It's what he's saying. He said,
oh, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not what I'm saying. He came out because people were saying about.
I think it's the 5-year plan, isn't it?
Yeah, so he's
generally to get us from.
They've already planned 5 years ahead. So
yeah.
So at the end of the day, if this is the 5-year plan, it's going to make you start thinking, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think when I have seen Madueke, all of his best work does come on the right, and it's like, yeah, every time I've seen him on the right wing.
So
all of like his goals and main goals and assists of him cutting in and doing a Saka basically.
Right.
But he'll be. It sounds like he'll be a backup to Saka. Then, if that's the case,
I think he's just going to be a backup for both wings.
If that's the case, then where does Ranieri fits in this?
I think and where he's going to play as a number 10 now, Odegaard's backup. I think based on this signing, I think that confirms it. I would say.
I think.
Hang on, AK, could you hear us?
AK,
could you hear us?
AK, no, can't hear.
AK,
no, can't hear us.
Okay, well, something's not adding up here.
Is he on his phone?
He looks like he's on the wing.
Yeah.
AK, can you hear us? AK, can you hear us?
His screen keeps flashing.
Can you message in the chat? Do private chat.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We can hear now.
Wow.
Yeah,
I can hear you now. Could you hear me?
Yeah, you got you. Yeah, we got you.
AK.
Nah.
Oh man, it's messing up the chat there.
Yeah, it's messing up.
He's like flickering, is he?
Yeah.
I can't hear anything.
Okay.
He'll come back.
Never mind. Sorry, guys. Technical fault with one of our guests trying to come in. Yeah. Anyway, so all right. So guys, out of 10.
What?
Out of 10.
0.
Out of 10. Happy?
What?
Not happy?
What in general, or just this one? Because that's happened.
Yeah.
In general. Do you know what the Nørgaard signing has actually put out for me? Because it's a very clever one. It's a very clever. I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, I was thinking about it the last couple of weeks actually.
What,
it's
Nørgaard?
a very Nørgaard's a very, very clever signing.
Okay, we'll get onto him in a minute. We're gonna get onto him in a sec.
Okay.
Get on to him now. I hate Madueke. Get him off screen.
Right. Madueke, what are we giving him out of 10?
Don't get me wrong. If he joins the club, I'll back him and I'll want him to do well. But
yeah, we're gonna
as a general, if his name would not even be on my top 20 wingers I would want to come in.
Right. So what are you giving him? 5, 6, guys? What are we giving him?
I'm giving him a 2.
You're giving him a 2. What are you giving?
I'm gonna go up to this.
You can't give him a 2 though. You've got to give Arsenal or Arteta or Berta a 2.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean for the signing?
For the signing, you can't. It's not his fault.
Yeah,
he might be an Arsenal fan or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
I'll give him a 4 because I've got a bit of optimism. So I'll see how he goes. I'll give him a 4 for the time being.
Well, if I'm honest, I'm gonna give him a 5. I'll give it a 5. a 5
Yeah.
for the
Wonderful.
for that transfer. So what
Yeah,
you
I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the
what you
best.
giving it, Jake?
You made me feel bad now, so I'll give him a 3.
I'm gonna say 4.5 now.
Yeah.
I give you
Okay,
4.5 now. I'm gonna say
That's not on him. That's on Arsenal.
okay. Let's talk about Christian.
Christian.
Good signing. Like Dino said, smart. I think it's a smart signing for.
Very clever.
Was it a surprise signing?
Yes.
Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he
I-
was not on anyone's radar at all.
No.
No.
I'd look at the pros and cons of this one. Because I didn't see it myself either, and I've just thought, why would Brentford release their captain like that? But considering that this is a season where you look at teams like Brentford and Brighton, where their key players could all leave and go elsewhere. With this one, it's a clever one, and I don't think people realised it when we was linked with him, when they were saying, "Oh, this is all Arsenal are bringing in." They thought we were going to win the Champions League. Why are we bringing a 31-year-old in? This is where some football fans need to start realising, as they say, wake up and smell the coffee with this one, because this is a guy who, in my opinion, would actually give his fellow countrymen confidence. Because last season, Odegaard wasn't the Odegaard that we all know. And,
No.
it's like he was very timid towards the end. A lot of people saying it was because he had an injury, and he was like he was afraid to shoot.
Someone's on my door, mate. 2 seconds.
Go on.
Okay, good. It was like he was afraid to shoot. It's like his confidence has just been dropped, and it's like, well, this is the captain, and it's not good to hear. Bringing someone like this in, who within himself is a leader, bringing him alongside. Okay, he may not start every single game, but to have him there with Martin Odegaard, having that chemistry there, because you're both playing for the same club now, you're both from Norway, so you've got that chemistry with your international side. Having someone like that in there gives someone like Odegaard a bit of a lift, if that makes sense, because you've already got that chemistry with him. You watch him play week in, week out in the league. You're now going to be watching him and be alongside him week in, week out in the same team, same international team, same club. He's 31 years of age. He's a consummate professional. He's the type of guy who, just like Jorginho, will come in and Mikel will say, okay, Christian, 20 minutes to go, we're 4-0 up. Just go in there, have a run around, just do what you got to do. Just shield it. Yeah? He's going to look at football just like what Declan Rice did when Declan Rice joined of Arsenal. Declan Rice, after his first training session of Arsenal, said he looks at football in a completely different way. Reason? Because when he was at West Ham, it was all about defence. He's now looking at Arsenal, where he's a lot more forward and he's doing what he's doing. And you see it for yourself with what he's doing. I think with this, it's very clever. He adds skill, he adds experience. He's the type of player who will give the team a lift on the pitch. I like the signing, even if it's only, I don't know how long he's here for, but if it's for a couple of years, I'm all for it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, Kate, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah,
I
we
can
got
hear
you.
you now.
Sorry,
How
guys,
you
I was
got-
having technical issues, man.
Don't
All good,
worry,
mate.
man. You're here.
Man.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Don't
I
worry
could
at
see
all.
you guys, but yeah.
Okay, mate. Well,
Yeah.
so what do you reckon? What do you reckon about Christian?
So obviously I came in. Yeah. So what I think about Christian Nørgaard, yeah, I think I heard towards the end of what Dino was saying, but yeah, he will basically do the role which Jorginho was doing for us, so shoring up the result for us. Looking at his stats, obviously, um, I'm very happy with what I've seen in terms of stats, and obviously, I've been watching some YouTube videos, seeing how he's been playing with at Brentford, and I think he'll be a great addition for us. Sorry, Dino, the only thing to correct you on is Ødegaard is Norwegian, Nørgaard is Danish, so they don't play for
Okay,
the
my bad.
same.
I thought it was Norwegian, Sorry, my bad.
Oh,
No, no, yeah, me too. Honestly, the first time when I heard God and God, I thought they were the same, but yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I thought.
yeah,
My
but yeah,
bad,
no,
Christian.
I'm happy with the signing. Obviously, statistics. I'm a person. It's all about statistics that I look at, and yeah, I think I'm just curious to see how long he's going to be with us. That's the thing. But yeah, it'll be a great addition, especially because of who we have as well, Mendy and Marino, which I keep forgetting about. I'll be honest, I kept forgetting about Marino. Always mentioning Odegaard and Rice and Zubimendi. Yeah,
Jake, what do you reckon, mate?
Yeah, echo what these guys are saying. I think he's a leader. I think he's one of them players that's going to give you a sort of 7 or 8 out of 10 every week. He's not like a pretty or skillful player, but defensively he's sound. As I said, he's a
yeah,
leader.
exactly.
I'm not worried that I feel like he could come in and I wouldn't be like concerned at all, or he's going to slip up or do anything like that. And obviously he played in a good Brentford side, so obviously it's a level above, and the mindset's got to be different because he's going to be playing Champions League, and we're pushing to win these competitions rather than to just be mid-table or
Survive.
but survive. Yeah, but yeah, I think
Where does Mikel
again, I think it's a quality
Mourinho?
signing.
Where does Mikel? Everyone, where does Mikel Mourinho fit in all this?
I think if Rice is playing on the left, I think it's going to be hard as a left eight. I think it's going to be hard for Mourinho to move him, but I think Mourinho can play a number of positions and do a good job. Whether that be any position in midfield and obviously proven up front as well. But yeah, it'd be good. It's good to see where he does fit in this season. Obviously, he's obviously got some stripes on him now for what he did for us last season, chipping in for those goals. And but yeah, I think obviously he's going to be midfield. But with Zubimendi, Odegaard, and Rice, it's going to be hard for him to
Yeah.
get a run of games, I'd say.
What are you saying, AK?
I was going to say the same thing. He is somewhat versatile, but when you put out the names, as we said, like Nørgaard will sit in front of the back, so he will be a defensive mind. So he's not going to play for Marino. He can do Rice's job, but then again, Rice is a starter there. Odegaard. So yeah, I echo what Jay was saying. He's versatile, but if you ask me now, where will he fit in? I probably will say he'll be a sub for either one of those players, Rice or yeah.
He's
I think with these sort of signings, I think it's so we can compete on all 4 fronts rather than because obviously we went out early FA Cup last year. I think it was at United when.
Do you think
so
Arsenal
shit.
still need another central midfielder because of Partey's gone?
No, Zubimendi's
No, I
come in
don't
for
think so.
Partey.
No,
Yeah, Zubimendi will fill the
Hang
void.
on. But Zubimendi didn't come in to take Partey's place.
Oh no,
He
no.
came
Well,
in.
with 100% he did.
Well,
We had this argument last week.
I was told that he was basically Jorginho's replacement, not Partey's replacement.
This guy in front of you is
that's
Jorginho's
Jorginho's
replacement.
replacement.
Yeah,
Zubimendi's going to be on starting
that
6.
Yeah, I can confidently say now.
We've lost you.
Me.
Yeah, breaking up, okay. Yeah,
You're breaking up. Yeah.
breaking up a bit.
What about now?
Go on.
Yeah, all good, mate. Carry on.
Yeah, no, I was saying I can confidently say now that Zubimendi is now obviously back in that time he came in January, we couldn't really say that, but now I can confidently say that Zubimendi can do the job that Partey has left the void, and Christian Nørgaard will be the Jorginho replacement now.
So now things have. So now what I'm hearing from you guys, plans have changed.
Effectively, yeah. Because if you bring another midfielder in, then what the question you're going to have to start asking is what you're going to do with Wanyeri. Because then
I think Zubimendi was coming in from last year when he rejected Liverpool.
Yeah.
Because I think he was told to either like Arteta said I'll stay and I'll come get you in the summer, and then obviously with Partey's events off the pitch, I think that might have accelerated stuff as well. Do you know what I mean?
So everyone's happy with this signing.
yes,
smart signing.
Yeah.
Very good.
What are you giving out of 10? Jake,
8. I'll
Eight.
give him an 8.
Dino,
Same as J8.
AK.
Yeah. Now I can say 7. Yeah, I would say 7. 7 out of 10.
I'm going to go with you, AK. I'm going with a 7.
It's like I said earlier. I think the Carling Cup squads and FA Cup squads. I wouldn't be unhappy with Nørgaard starting. Do you know what I
No,
mean?
nor would I. But what I'm
Oh
coming,
no.
what I'm worried about is Arsenal's got a thin squad anyway. There
Yeah,
are
yeah.
certain players that Arsenal has got to move on. They have
Mhm.
got to move certain players on, even for PSR.
Mm.
They have to
I
do
think, I
that.
think the likes of like Vieira, Nelson, I think Zinchenko. Like, so we
Okay,
will
what
get
about
money in for these players.
What about what's his name? Who covered Gabriel?
Kivior. I think
Kivior.
Kivior will stay.
I hope he does. I really hope he
I'd
does.
like him to
I
stay.
hope he does.
He
I think that
puts in a
depends on if
shift.
this Mosquera will come in as well. And Kivior towards the end of the season as well was strong for us.
Okay. All right. Cool. I get what you're saying. All right. Let's talk about this fella.
Paula.
Guy.
Who's
This
one?
has come out the other side. Like Madueke's come from this side. Eze's shout has come from out of nowhere, and that's why I love it. Because I reckon you'll fit like a glove to Arsenal. I think.
I thought that I would say that it will be the other way around.
Yeah.
And Weke's he's just come out of the blue.
Yeah, but I'm saying we would never link with Eze. Do you know what I mean? This is.
He was linked with Eze a few times last season.
I can't remember that, so that's why I'm like, more
Yeah.
excited of us being linked to a player for 4 years and then we goes to Real Madrid or something like that. You know what I mean?
So what do you reckon? What do you reckon Eze will bring to us, man? Dino?
Eze brings a lot more adaptability and versatility because he can play anywhere along that. Well, not up front, but left or right wing or attacking midfielder. I think he brings a little bit more creativity. He brings something else into the team, especially if he comes to us. I mean, I think it'd be a good addition. I was echoing and begging for him to come in January, but I kind of just saw it wasn't going to happen. I do remember this time last year when Crystal Palace openly came out and said both he and Elise, both 60 million. And I remember Sky put that up, and the minute I saw that, because at that time I was living, literally when I say I was living across the road from Sellers Park, I was across the road from Sellers Park. And I just thought to myself, 60 million for both? Arsenal must have that type. Why don't we get both of these guys? But I just thought, we're not going to get Elise. Elise's going to go somewhere else and go and buy Munich. But I was begging for him to
What he's
come.
done for Mateta as well. Sorry to interrupt, Zeno. Sorry, mate. I just saying.
Yeah.
I think he's a lot of. You see all Mateta's goals, like half of them, if not more, because Eze's produced a bit of magic and slipped him through, or
Yeah.
So I think it'd be great for like a Gyökeres or even like a Saka or
absolutely. I think
he
brings
something different and exciting. So that's why he's not like a robot player, if that makes sense. He's
like an attacking midfielder. He's an attacking midfielder within himself, but he's got more pace than what Odegaard does, and he's still got that intelligence to like find them passes, like you say, Jay. So I think he would be, think he'd be an excellent addition to the squad. Even if we did put him on the left hand side, or if we put him in that central role behind the striker, I think he would do good regardless of where you put him in those two spots, especially.
A lot of things as well as all these players is like Eze's massive, Gyökeres is massive, Nørgaard's massive. It's like how physical we are now compared to what we were. And obviously Eze's got that different side where he's got the skills, he's got the touch, he's deceptively quick.
Yeah.
And again, set pieces gives us another option. He's just his qualities to be fair. And
he is quality. When I heard that Arsenal was linked with him, I thought to myself, Arsenal's got to jump. They've got to jump at the chance to get him.
He's an Arsenal fan, and I think he'll go to a different level
to get him. Now, I think terms personal. I don't even think personal. I've heard personal terms have been agreed. They can't talk to the player until they do the release clause, and they haven't triggered that release clause because once they
everyone's talking, Pat.
Sorry.
The agents are doing the business, mate. They're all talking to
Okay,
everyone.
well, but they're not. But let's put it this way. But they're not supposed to be doing that because number one, the only way you
Yeah,
can do that
formally they're not here.
is by triggering the release clause. Number two, if you don't trigger the release clause, you have to go to the club itself and speak to the club about a negotiation of a fee. Arsenal haven't done that, and Arsenal haven't triggered the release clause. So if it's okay, fine. If it's just agents to agents, but even that is in against the rules because that could be called tapping up. So
Could be,
number one,
It happens every day, Pat.
sorry.
It happens all the time.
I know, I do, Jake. I understand that, but where I'm getting at is that Arsenal have spoken with Chelsea. Obviously, they've spoken about the price because they're in negotiation with Chelsea as we speak about the price, and they've done the negotiation with the with Nuni, whatever his name is, and so that's Nunya. Is it Nunya?
Noni.
Noni.
That's what I said. Nuni.
He said Nuni.
You're saying Nuni, bro. That's a different type of game.
Nuni. I can't say the brother's name, man. But anyway, but what I'm saying is they're so advanced with Nuni, but they're not.
Noni.
Okay, I'm not even going to say that anymore. All right, that guy. All right, but what about Ezzy? I would have thought Ezzy would have been more important than the Chelsea player. Would you agree?
I think it's going to happen more now. Tottenham's got Kudus.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a guarantee for us to get
And again,
Ezzy.
look at Kudus. Now, who would you go, Nuni or Kudus?
Kudus.
Why did Arsenal go for
sure,
go
Kudus.
free? How much?
He was an extra $5 million.
Oh my! It doesn't. Oh my goodness me! Oh,
But again, I think Kudus is the type of player that would say, "No, I'm not playing back up to Saka." I don't think he'd say, "Look, I'm not. If I'm coming to start," and he'll walk into that Tottenham side.
no,
I
get that. But again, I just think we just missed a trick there. So
we did.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I said I agree. We did miss a trick there with Mohamed Kudus.
yeah, definitely.
His work ethic is just
He's a machine.
Do you know something?
If he gets it, then
I've got one eye open for Tottenham. Do you know that?
They got Morgan Gibbs White as well, didn't they?
Yeah, I've got one eye open, mate, because I think that the manager, I think
Thomas Frank.
I think he feels that he's in the club now, a big club. So,
Tottenham ain't a big club.
I know they wouldn't. That's what I know they're not. I'm saying he's thinking he's in a big club.
They're the biggest club in Harringay.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Daniel Levy's got the checkbook out. That much money in 24 hours.
Look, I'll tell you what, he's got no choice after what he's done to his manager. He's got no choice because at the end of the day, his fans are gunning for him, mate. They're gunning for him. So he wants to be showing that, yeah, he's doing something.
Well, apparently they might be getting 70 mil for Romero, which is worse than the Madueke shout. I can't believe that.
So who's putting money? Who's putting that in that?
I'm not sure if it's a Saudi club, but 70 mil.
It would be a Saudi club.
Then you totally get it. You understand. That's what they do. Okay, so all right, quickly, guys. Out of 10.
10.
10 out of 10, mate.
Would you give him the number 10?
Oh, absolutely. You know what?
Hang on, who's got the number 10 shirt? Oh right, so give it to him.
Nobody.
Why not?
Yeah,
three. 10.
Yeah,
What?
3.
Yeah. It's 3, yeah. Smith had him for, didn't he?
I think Gyökeres will take it though if he comes.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Because Jesus is 9.
Let's not. Oh, mind you, that's on number 11. Yeah, that's on number 11. Okay, fine. Don't worry.
Who's got number 14?
Nobody. And Nketiah's gone, so nobody.
Okay, so all right, so let's move on to this fella.
Do you know? Sorry, just say I saw a picture online where it said 10 as a Oh, no, so was it Eze? Yeah, 10 Eze and 14 Gyökeres.
I like
I
that.
don't know about the 14. I don't know about the 14 for Gyökeres.
14. I mean, yeah, it's just that number's becoming a bit of a icon thing now.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, just to throw it out there, man. I mean, personally, I thought like it had meaning to it until I saw Nketiah in 14, and I was like, oh,
Killed
okay,
it, didn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I might if Eze gets a number 10 shirt, I might have to get that shirt. That would look nice on the shirt.
Unless Jesus, unless they just say they just give him up and give him number 9.
The one last thing, sorry, before we move on. Romero is linked to Atletico Madrid.
I might go back
It's
and
Atletico
play
Madrid.
Yeah, but 70 mil is just madness.
70 mil.
Who?
Christian
Romero,
Romero
that's
linked,
centre back.
yeah, linked to Atletico Madrid. It was 70 million.
Okay, let's move on for this, man. Let's move on for this. Gyökeres. Hearing that talks are stalled. Hearing
Yeah.
that Arsenal's not willing to meet certain criterias from Sporting. I'm hearing that Sporting, the director, the chairperson, digging his heels in. He wants, okay, I think not the 100 million now, but he wants the way what they're saying is that the structure that Arsenal's trying to do, they're not happy with.
Yeah.
Arsenal's giving 30. They want 70 up front. They want 70. I think they want 70 up front.
They're just trying to squeeze the most out of us, aren't
And
they?
the rest
Yeah,
how in staggered payments. Arsenal don't want to do that. Arsenal want to pay 65 and pay staggers however they want to do the deal. Now, obviously, Gyökeres has already turned around to the owners and said, look, I am not going to play for you again. I am not turning up to training. I would also pass on 2 million euros to help the deal go through. He's trying everything in his powers to get this deal over the line, even giving away his wages of 2 million euros. To end again, both parties, apart from him, is digging their heels in. Now, it's what I've heard as well. The deal could collapse. The deal could collapse. Either Arsenal would walk away, or Sporting is going to still dig their heels in because they feel that someone else will come in for him. That can backfire on him as well, on Sporting, because he's already come out publicly and said he doesn't want to go to anywhere else. He doesn't want to go to Manchester United. He don't want to go to Saudi Arabia, whoever. He wants to play for Arsenal. So that can backfire on him. I personally feel this deal, because this deal was supposed to be done before, by tomorrow, but I could see this deal carrying on straight until the last minute of the window. What do you guys think?
I don't think the last minute winner. Sporting are going to eventually lose a fighting battle here, because you just said everything there, Pat. He doesn't want to play for the club again. He's sacrificing stuff as well to say that he wants to leave. Sporting know that they can't keep it up, because the closer it goes, if it gets to like the last day and he still doesn't go, you're going to have a player there sitting there collecting money who doesn't want to play for you, and that could be for the next 6 months if he leaves in January, if he does stay, as an example. Me personally, everyone knows Arsenal need a striker, and Arsenal know they need a striker. So if apparently they're haggling on 5 million, and it's like I said to Jay before we came on, why are you haggling over 5 million, but you're willing to pay 50 million pounds for who we just spoke about? What are we doing here? You're already making us that you're making the fans of the club the laughing stock because of what everyone's saying. Now you're making yourselves the laughing stock. You're meant to be Arsenal Football Club, meant to be reputable. You're meant to be the stellar club when it comes to this type of professionalism. You're not showing it. You want to do things a certain way, absolutely fine. But you have to realize that other clubs don't want to do it that way. And you need a striker. Because the last thing we want to be doing is getting to December, getting to January, and we haven't got him. And then when we get to the FA Cup and we're losing the third round, we're going to have Mikel Arteta coming out saying, oh, if only we had the striker to put the ball in the back of the net. He said this twice now in the last 2 years.
I feel more confident with this one, I think. I feel like by July 19th, before we have our first preseason game or when everyone's back, I think it will be done. I think it's so, from the sounds of it, who are we to know, but I think from the sounds of it, I think we're so far down the line. I think I think Arsenal like to play chess a little bit and be patient and hold fire for a little bit and let them sweat a little bit when that much money's on the table. Do you know what I mean?
But then you say that, let them sweat, even though no one's coming for it. But someone else, I mean, let's just say Liverpool, for instance, if they wanted to be awkward, and they can come in and say, right, here we go, we're interested. Now, I don't know if that will turn his head. That could turn his head. All right, but because what we're doing, we're waiting.
I agree, but I feel like we're 8/10 of the way there. We've just got to
we are
dot the I's, cross the T's. You know what I mean?
If Sporting digs their heels in, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. If they dig their heels in and they turn around and say, well, look, we still got plenty of time in the transfer window. Okay, we've got until we still got about a month left in the transfer window, so we're going to still dig our heels in. We know you want the player. We know you want the player to go on the pre-season training or the pre-season games. So we're still going to dig our heels in.
Yeah.
You know, and then Burton turns around and said, "Well, you ended up. Look, we're still not going to basically pay that. Give you. We still want favourable terms, and we still want to try and structure the deal how we think it should be done. Someone else can just pop in, mate.
But could it be Sporting asking for more, saying, okay, I want this, okay, we give you this, and they're going, oh no, chuck this in as well, chuck this in as well.
It's not a big deal. Apparently it's about 5 million.
It's genuinely 5 million, yeah.
Come on, guys.
Want 70 up front.
Lisbon, you're getting a lot of money for a Portuguese player. That is a lot of money for a Portuguese player who's playing in Portuguese league. Arsenal, you're getting a striker that could help us potentially put us over the line, could potentially help us win that league, could potentially get us that Champions League. Are you going to lose it because of 5 million euros? Are you crazy?
I feel like there will be a compromise, either from Arsenal or Sporting. Yeah.
It's called It is called the Mexican standoff.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's it, you know, and
that's exactly what it is.
Who's going to blink first?
The crazy thing is, when you look at all the parties of this as an individual thing, Arsenal themselves, Mikel Arteta, Gyökeres, Sporting Lisbon, none of them want this deal to stop, because if this deal collapses, all four of them individual parties will feel like idiots. Because this is going on for so long. Sporting will feel like idiots because they've lost out on money. Gyökeres will feel like an idiot because he said he doesn't want to play for the club again. So it will be kind of awkward if the transfer window shuts and he's still there. Mikel Arteta, he'll probably feel like he will have the world weight on his shoulders because of what he said at the start of the summer. And Arsenal themselves, well, you know, you're haggling over 5 million. So if this deal doesn't happen, all four of them and all four of these individual parties are just gonna look stupid for everyone. It's gonna be ridiculous. Yeah. The deal, I agree with all of you guys. I feel the deal will happen. It's just a case of when. And even if, let's say, tomorrow they agree on a deal, it's still going to take another week and a half for Arsenal to get over the line to officially name him. Because how long did it take to announce Nørgaard after it was agreed? Like,
Nørgaard was there 2-3 days before it was. He was at the training ground 2-3 days before it got announced. Today.
It just feels like, you know, once it gets agreed, it's going to take like maybe another week for it to just be official or something. So, like what AK said, we're going to have to, like you guys just said, we have to be patient with it. It's just once it does happen. I feel it will happen, but it's just
I think again at this sort of money as well. It's like how we thought we agreed everything with Rice. How long did that take to actually get him through the door? Do you know what I mean? I think with this
Yeah.
sort
And what Pat
of
was
money,
saying,
it takes a long time.
yeah.
and Pat was saying like other teams will come in. I was listening to Fabrizio Romano today where he was saying Juventus came in for him and he rejected Juventus.
He just wants
He-
I'll tell you what. For me, if I'm honest, I mean, I know City won't. It's not won't come in for him. But I'll tell you what. All right, if a team like Liverpool needs a striker. If someone like I mean, I don't think if Chelsea comes in for him again. Someone along them natures comes in a Premier League, top Premier League, that can turn his head. That can turn his head. And if they're willing to pay the money, what's Arsenal going to do? I mean, it's going to throw egg on their faces. Well. No, we need a number 9. Now, that move, I want everyone just to rate what's going on out of 10. You guys happy with the negotiations, how the things, how Arsenal's dealing with it? Yes? No? What do you rate? Jake?
I think it will get done. I think, as I said, I think he's got to be patient with this one. I think ask me again in 2 weeks' time.
So
and see where we're at. But I'm happy. I think it's not really a rating because he's not 8 yet. But
okay,
I'm happy that we're going to get him.
That on the burner, then let's just leave that. Let's get on to this one.
Finish.
Now,
I think the club stiffed him there. I don't think it's him. I think it's Leipzig has stiffed Sesko. I think Sesko is probably our first choice, and I think Leipzig are like you only come to the table if you're going to pay this much money. Otherwise, we're not talking.
I even heard that he was asking for a ridiculous amount of wages as well.
With a young player like that, it's hard to say with a young player like that. Do you know what I mean? He's not proven. It's like I saw a stat. I don't know if I mentioned this last week. It's like Werner's got double his goals. Timo Werner, I think he's got 13 goals, and Timo Werner got something like 25 or something like that in the Bundesliga. So I think that when I saw that put things in perspective for me a little bit. Don't get me wrong, he's got the potential and he's got a high ceiling, but originally he was my guy, but I as I said, I think that's more the club rather than because we tried again last year and the club swatted us away. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's more Leipzig rather than Sesko. I would say personally, but
do you guys think that he's worth 90 million, 77 million pounds?
No, because I'm a stats guy, as I always say. And when we was linked with him and Gokares, I looked at both of their stats, and yes, they're both in different leagues. Ben Sesko's stats didn't really convince me. The other thing, as I said, he is young, but there is that potential of him getting better, and I'm sure with Arteta's philosophy, he likes youngsters and shaping them into better players.
Bayern Munich. I could see Bayern Munich going for him.
Potentially, yeah. But as I said, for me, at the time when we were linked to the two, I wanted Gokares because with his stats, in my humble opinion, I felt like he'd hit the ground running. I'm in a way, I would say, once we get Gokares over the line, I will confidently say I'm glad we didn't get Jim Sesko.
He'll probably sign for Chelsea in a couple of years.
Yeah, and I was going to say, agree. I think the word for it is greedy. From the beginning, we heard about a release clause and a 10% agent fee, and now I would say I didn't hear the reports of the fact that he wanted high wages, but I wouldn't be surprised that he wanted massive wages.
But you say that he's probably on. I think in the German league they don't get paid very well. I can't see him being more like 50, 60 grand.
Yeah,
week,
but
you know what I mean, and we probably double that, and that's not really a dent in our wage structure, is it?
It wouldn't be. But I wouldn't be surprised if he said 120, 150 even, and he's on 40, as you said. Maybe let's say, for argument's sake, let's say he's on 40 grand, and then we spoke to him, and he says, I want 130, 140. That's a big pay difference, pay gap.
I think
pay rise, should I say?
and all this.
Yeah.
This is another case where example of agents, I think, getting involved and potentially fucking things up. But
No.
Yeah.
So you guys not really bothered whether he comes or not.
I think he's dead in the water now.
I think this is gone now. I think this one's done now.
I think that was dead in the water. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Last but not least,
Rodrigo.
this is what worries me. And let me start first, guys. This is what worries me. They're bringing in the likes of Eze, and they're bringing in the likes. They're going after the likes of Nuni.
Madueke, yeah.
Yeah, Nuni Manu. Yeah, him. Okay.
He'll come, Pat. He'll come.
He'll come. I'm not even worried. I'm not even bothered.
He'll get there.
Right? Now, I bring those likes of those players in, but not for the sake of leaving this guy
Replacing
out.
this one. Yeah.
This guy here, now I know that he still hasn't made up his mind whether he wants to leave Real Madrid,
Yeah.
but the last 4 games he hasn't even really got a sniff, especially in the semi-finals. He never even came off the bench in the semi-finals. Now, to me, is that triggering something in his head saying, right, obviously he hasn't got plans for me in his head or in his team. Do I still wait until next season, see what next season brings and fight for my place? But because he's like, I think he's about 4 deep.
Yeah, he's 4th in line. Yeah.
Right. Or does Arsenal go and say to Real Madrid, look, what's your price? What is your price? And apparently I've heard that Real Madrid have said they want 90 million euros, which is 77 million pounds. Guys, honestly, if you can go after people like the Chelsea player and you can go after people like Eze, you've got to go out there and break the bank, go out and bring him in there, bring him in.
I think this feels like a little bit like a last minute Ozil deal sort of thing.
I think it will be.
And I was thinking about this earlier as well. Who were we linked with before Alexis Sanchez came? It wasn't Benzema. Was it Benzema?
Higuain.
Higuain, and then we got Alexis Sanchez, and I was like 50-50 on him, and then he came and he obviously did what he did. Do you know what I mean? So I'm still on this player. I'm still like 50-50.
I
would love him to come, but from what I've seen of him when we played against them and even just like generally just watching him, I think he burst onto the scene, and I don't think he's been quite. I don't think he's as good as everyone thinks. That's what I personally. Don't get me wrong. I would love him, and that's what I'm saying about Alexis Sanchez. I was like, oh, is it going to work? Is it going to work? And then he came and lit it up. Do you know what I mean? So if that happens, happy days. But yeah, if we're spending 50 million on Madueke and Gyökeres, it's like, are we gonna have the money to do this sort of deal?
If you're spending that money on that Chelsea player, and there's a player like this that we could potentially get, I think I'll be a little bit unhappy. I'd be
very unhappy.
I'll be very unhappy, because Arsenal needs to think next level. This guy has won 3 Champions League. How many have Nuni won?
1, isn't it? 1.
Okay, he hasn't won 1.
Oh, listen, put some respect. He just won the Conference League, so just put some respect on his name.
Oh, sorry, yeah. No, you're right. you're absolutely right. My bad.
He could win a World Club Cup as well if you would do it.
Huh?
To win the Club World Cup too, if possible. I don't think they will.
My bad.
I don't think PSG. I think
PSG. Realistically, so where could Rodrigo go? Saudi, PSG. Where else could he realistically go?
Who?
Chelsea. Rodrigo. Where realistically where could he go?
City. City's looking for what's his name? What's his name's going? So City, it can go to City. Liverpool. It can go to Liverpool.
Yeah, Diaz going.
It depends on Diaz. That depends on Diaz. Yeah.
So he can go. There's quite a few places he can go.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I wouldn't say go to Barcelona because Barcelona won't take him. But
No, but yeah,
is that this gentleman right now can go fit into that team. Arsenal is crying out right now for someone like him on the left-hand side. Okay,
it's likely that he will leave.
could you imagine having him on the left-hand side, Saka on the right-hand side? Okay, and you've got what? And you've got Gyökeres in the middle. And then
I think that Eze and Madueke deals kills this deal. Personally,
if it does,
I don't think this will happen.
I'll be very sad. I'd be very, very
Where Eze's not going to sign and then not. If Rodrigo comes to us, he's going to start on the left wing. Eze's not going to start on the left wing. Eze's not going to start where Odegaard or in the midfield where Odegaard plays. So
well, why not? Because
why not? That's what I was going to say.
That gives competition to Odegaard. Where Eze is,
I agree with you, but Odegaard's our captain. He's not going to drop Odegaard, realistically speaking.
I don't think he'll drop in, and I don't think he would. And I don't think he would leave Eze on the bench neither.
But where's he going to play if Rodrigo plays?
I do think that he'll let them compete for it.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
It's a lot of money to spend to have two players competing.
A lot of money to spend on Nino.
But this is what we. This is like what I said last week. This is exactly what we've been asking. Like what we're all talking about is exactly what we've been asking for. We are looking to challenge for the Champions League and the Premiership, and then we've got the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup in the foreground. We need to have enough depth and strength, which we've not had in the last 5-6 years, to challenge for all four fronts. This is what the type of headaches that we need are. These type of headaches where who's going to play where. That's what we need.
Are you going to think you're going to be happy with Eze playing 2 games coming in and then Rodrigo plays 2 games? Because that's how it would have to work for it to be successful.
Eze, I think Eze would be more on the right than the left because you'll have Martinelli still.
So where's Saka playing?
Sorry?
Yeah,
Where's Saka playing?
Where's Saka?
Saka's playing right. Gyökeres is up front.
No, I'm talking about Martin Odegaard, and I'm not talking about him taking Saka's place. Look, the end of the day, number one, Saka plays too many games. That's number one. Number two, Arteta have already come out from the very beginning of the season last season. We are so thin on the ground. We need more players. The end of the day, he can't do that. He can't say that. There's no more he can say that. We can't say, well, where's this person going to play? Where's that person going to play? He played havoc for too many games.
I'm not saying, but realistically, as a player, if you're coming to a club, as he comes to sign, say he's going to play as a left winger, and then we sign Rodrigo. What are you going to think is if you're Eze?
Yeah, but you've got to think to yourself. Hang on a minute. Players.
I know from a player's point of view, you've got to come in and try and get your position. Again, Eze can only play 2 positions. Yeah,
players.
Left wing and
there's going to be so many games. Players know that they can't play every single game. Players know that there's going to be if Saka feels, like Saka for instance, if Saka feels, and if I was Saka, I'll be welcoming someone challenging me.
He'll be welcoming Madueke because he knows he's going to start every game.
That would give me a break. Because at the end of the day, you can't run players anymore to the ground. You can't do that.
Yeah, but I'm saying, who's going to come in for Saka? Madueke. Eze's not going to play right. Rodrigo's not going to play right. Rodrigo is kicking off because he wants to play left wing for Real Madrid.
And that's why I believe what we should bring him in. Now, Eze can play along the street. He can play along the front.
Yeah,
and Eze,
exactly.
I don't
mind. You know, I was going to say I don't mind.
It's a good problem to have.
I don't mind some going by towards the end of the season and seeing obviously Odegaard coming back from injury and how he's playing. I don't mind sometimes Odegaard, and I understand you're going to say, you know, he's our captain, he needs to play majority of the games, but I don't mind sometimes Odegaard, you know, not starting for us and Eze playing the cam position. I've been saying, and in like the TikTok lives, I've been saying, Eze can play that cam position. He was lucky enough at Crystal Palace to have Ismaili Sarr doing the left wing job, which allowed him the freedom to be the cam. And as we said at the beginning, when I first joined, you saying how Eze was setting up Mateta, and he was like one of the main like providers for Mateta to score these goals. Honestly, as I said, as Dino said, I don't mind having the headache of sometimes having to compromise and be like, yeah, Odegaard, you can take the rest for a bit, and sometimes Martinelli, if he does stay, and I don't mind Rodrigo coming in for starting for Martinelli and stuff. And yeah, like swapping around as a Rodrigo Martinelli for the left wing, then swapping out Odegaard. As we said on the right side, as Pat was saying, Saka played far too much. It seems like we'll get Madueke. Yeah, I don't think he'll be a starter. Maybe, as we said, we have multiple cup games, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Madueke can,
Arteta showed that problem a couple of years ago when we played Forest in the FA Cup in the third round. We got beat by them because I remember it because we wore that all white kit. And when it came to the subs, he basically said to the owners, "Look, this is what I've got.
I don't have anyone.
I've got nothing to change here." Do you know what I mean? So to have that type, because we keep going on and on, and we've said this so many times in the live, whether it's on here or whether it's on TikTok, where we've all come out and said it's Champions League or Premiership or nothing. Pat has said that endlessly. Now, if we're gonna have a squad that can go for this, bearing in mind, like what I just said, after what I saw yesterday, the pinnacle right now is Paris Saint-Germain. If you want to beat them, you got to match them. And right now, bringing these type of players in with the type of depth that we are looking at, if we get all these players, is what we're getting. You have to also remember as well that we have 9 subs. Like I said before, we've got 9 substitutes on the bench, and you can make 5 subs. There's going to be space. There's going to be enough. Whether you play or not, you're still going to be in the team. Then these players have to realize if you've been sold the project of we want the Champions League and we want to win the Premiership, and someone like Eze and Rodrigo are like, well, I've won the Champions League, I want to help Arsenal win it, let me come there. If that's at the expense of not starting every game and resting for someone else to come in, I'm all for it.
Yeah, exactly. Some degree of compromise. Yeah, I'm all for it.
There has to be, because at the end of the day, when it comes to and it comes in any sport, and my coach has said this in American football, when you are on that field, it doesn't matter if you're earning 100,000 a week or $5,000 a week. You're all the same person when you're on that field. Your world is that pitch. You're all equal as far as I'm concerned. There's no agents, there's no managers, no legal representative. You're all the same person when you're there, as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a damn if your agents have said this and that. You're still going to play. If anyone comes along and says, "Oh, I didn't start the game," I think, well, mate, you've got your teammates here who you get on with who are going to want to start games as well. If you want to start every week, show me. Show the manager.
Exactly.
And this is where, and again, I'm not, and this is not just for the players, but this is for Arteta as well. Arteta needs to grow a backbone as well, because this goes back to what Aubameyang said when he said that he can't handle big game players. You're now building a big game team. You need to start growing and showing them, look, just because you're this player and you've got this, that don't mean shit to me. No disrespect. You've done what you've done, but you're here now. You're at Arsenal now. What you've done at Real Madrid and Crystal Palace, you've done that, but now you're here.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe he has got us to that level where we can
and
change it.
At that point, emphasize that point. I recently saw an interview with Alexis Sanchez talking about when he got to Inter Milan under Conte, where I can't remember the name he said, but somebody was playing ahead of him, and he said, "I was trying my hardest in training. I was showing Conte that I am that player for you," but he would always have me on the bench, and he said one day, he put me up, he put me on, and I put me on, and he said it was literally 15 minutes left to the end of the game, and he said in those 15 minutes I played my arse off, and I showed him that I am worthy of it. And he said in that interview that I set up 2 goals, and that for me, those 15 minutes were as if I was playing a full 90 minutes, and it cemented my place in the team. And as I said, like as said, these players need to show, like they need to show the manager, and Arteta also needs to take that risk of allowing them to play to show what they're worth.
Yeah, really.
Because I know we're now in an era where no player wants to really sit on the bench, but it's the reality of it. Some players need to sit on the bench, and if you do sit on the bench, when you come onto the pitch, show what you're worth. Show that you are actually worthy of playing, those worthy of the shirt, worthy of the minutes, and worthy to start.
Mm.
Yep.
I think if we were to get all three, as in Rodrigo, sorry, Eze, Noni, and Rodrigo, I think Martinelli or Trossard would definitely leave there.
Yeah, someone would have to leave for definite.
Someone would have to. Someone would have
Yeah.
to go.
Someone would have to.
But obviously, Trossard's in his last year next year, is it?
I was going to say
I think it's
Trossard.
now,
I
isn't
think
it?
Trossard
I
should
think
be.
maybe
Yeah,
Saudi links to Martinelli.
I think Trossard should be the first one out the door, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then
You still got players like Zinchenko, and I think Reece Nelson's still on the books as well. And
yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
who else is there? There's
Fabio Vieira.
Fabio Vieira's coming
Fabio
back.
Vieira as well. Marquinhos, I think, is still on the books.
No, Marquinhos is
Is
going.
he gone?
Isn't he?
Yeah.
Has he been linked? Has he gone already?
I think he's gone or he's going. One
No,
of
he's
those.
gone. He's gone
Yeah.
to some Brazilian side.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah.
I was sad to see him go. To be honest, he had potential.
Right, guys,
every
just to
time he
finish
played.
off. All right, I just want to finish. Guys, everyone in the chat, anyone in the chat, please let us know what you think. Let us know what you think. What we're discussing. Are you happy so far with how Arsenal's doing their dealings in the transfer market? Is anyone worried about certain players Arsenal are linked with, or are you happy with it? Please let us know in the comments, and please follow. Please hit the button as well, guys. Please, it's really important for us if you can subscribe, follow the channel, and press the like button as well, guys. It would really help us. Just going to finish off with this. Max Down. You guys all know about him, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because he's just.
Baller.
I mean, Arsenal's taking him over. Just taking him out to pre-season training.
Singapore, isn't it?
So I think he's going to be in a squad this season. What do you guys think?
How old is he?
He's now, I think he's going to be 16.
He's going to turn 16.
16, yeah.
He's 15 now, but he's classed as an under 16, so he can play with us.
Yeah.
So now I think they're taking him out. What do you guys think about that?
Good to get him out there for the experience, and when it comes to the Carabao Cup and stuff like that, like we've always normally done, play him in there, maybe play him in the FA Cup as well.
This is from the Standard, by the way. The Standard reporting this.
Yeah.
If he's that good, like when Wilshere come in, do you know what I mean? If he's that good, and Arteta, which he looks like he could be, it could be a similar situation to Wilshere where he comes in and does it. But I think we need to be patient. We need to be patient with him because
absolutely. I don't. No one's disputing this. This guy's got a world of talent, but once again, I think, ease these guys in, but we need players that's going to take you over the top. That's going to get us over the line. I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of hearing from these Chelsea supporters, Man United supporters, Liverpool supporters. I'm tired. You're deluded.
Yeah, that's the love. That's the word they love, isn't it?
To be fair, right, every fan base is deluded. Let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Right. I refuse to listen to what some of these other fans say, because you keep. I'll tell you what's delusional for some fans, for certain clubs fans, for you to continuously keep saying the same thing about Arsenal, but your team hasn't done nothing in the last 12 years.
Exactly. No, which is true. Exactly. Exactly. I mean,
so who's really deluded?
Second for the third time. But at least we are challenging. We're the only ones doing it. So what if we're deluded? What are your team then? Because we're the only team.
I think we're all deluded in our little way, but it's because the love we have for our club. Do you know what I mean? Can I ask you a second thing separate to transfer news and all that? Have you seen the things coming in next season about they're going to be doing halftime interviews, and when they score a goal, the cameras are going to come on the pitch?
Yes.
I saw that.
What do you guys think about that? I think the game's gone.
Yeah, it's too intrusive.
It's like if they're going to be interviewing subs when they come off. It's like
that's right, correct.
If I've been taken off after 70 minutes and I'm not happy coming off, I don't want a camera and microphone in my face.
I don't like that.
I'm intrigued to see. How that works.
And it's like the dressing room, the cameras in the dressing room and all this.
I don't like that.
I don't like it, and their rationale behind that is involving, allowing the fans that obviously at home to see more. But I think that's a bit.
It's
Well,
becoming like
yeah,
American football, isn't it? Like a bit
yeah,
more
it's too
American. I'd
intrusive.
say. Commercial, sorry, is the word I'm looking
But
for.
yeah, we're already doing it though with social media. I don't know how close you want to get. It's going to get to a point where it's going to get to a point where we're actually going to start seeing what they spend their money on every week.
Yeah.
Like, do you know,
We'll be interviewing them on the way to the game. It's just like,
So,
what's
do you know
going
what I
on?
mean?
they started it with the documentaries, isn't it?
Yeah, true. Yeah,
The
which
crime
don't get me wrong.
documentaries.
That was a good insight. Like that
Yeah, no,
gave me a
it
really
was
good
Yeah,
nice,
insight.
yeah,
but
yeah,
if
But
it's
being
constant, then
too much, isn't it?
yeah.
yeah,
It's
if
too
you
much.
do it constantly, yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
We'll just have to see, guys. Guys, listen, it's been really, really brilliant to have you guys here. And I really appreciate it. Before we go,
Guys, next Thursday we'll be celebrating Nonny coming. The next Thursday we'll be celebrating Nonny coming. I want to see that shirt.
Nonny, whatever his name is, all right. I'm still not going to say his name properly. There we go. Just want to say to everyone in the chat, please subscribe, please like, and please follow. Please tell your friends about the channel. We're going to be doing this every single Thursdays, and yeah. So let us know what you think about the whole topic we were speaking about, and also if you like as well, please put in the comments as well what you guys want to hear we talk about. What would you want us to bring? Well, whatever you guys want to talk about, whether it's the Arsenal or any other team, let us know, because I'm going to be starting to bring in some other supporters like Chelsea who supports Chelsea and different other teams. So it's not just going to be about Arsenal. Okay, guys. So thanks very much. Appreciate it. And yeah, so God bless.